All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sportsdom coming back with another video, and this is my Buffalo Sabres at Washington Capitals post-game recap. So the mindset, I knew this was going to happen. Lindy feared this was going to happen. They figured that they were already in, they can relax, and within the first 5 minutes, they were already down 3-0 in Washington, and they lose 6-2. They had to pull Alex Lyon after the third game and put in Colton Ellis. So the Buffalo Sabres fall to 46-23-8. The Washington Capitals improve to 39-29-9. So they are now third in the Atlantic Division. They are no longer first in the Atlantic. It's Tampa, Montreal, and Buffalo in the Atlantic. Them are the top three teams in the Atlantic. So Buffalo scored 2 in the first for 2 goals. Washington scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third for 6 goals. So let's recap this. Goals: Buffalo 2, Washington 6. Shots: Sabres 39, Capitals 28. Block shots: Buffalo Sabres 8, Washington Capitals 10. Hits: Buffalo 17, Washington 14. Face-offs: Sabres 33, Capitals 31. Power plays: the Buffalo Sabres 0 for 5. 0 for 5 on the power play. Washington Capitals 0 for 2. Penalty minutes: Buffalo 14, Washington 20. In the first period, at 3:15, it was Washington's Jacob Chychrun, his 25th of the season, assisted by Alexander Ovechkin, his 29, and Pavel Dubois, his 11th, and it's 1-0 Capitals. And then at 3:35, it was Washington's Dylan Strome, his 18th of the season, assisted by Protas, his 25th, and Ovechkin, his second of the game, his 30th of the season, 2-0 Capitals. And then at 5:52, it was Washington's Connor McMichael, his 11th of the season, assisted by Jacob Chychrun, his 34th, and Dubois, his second of the game, his 12th of the season. 3-0 Washington. And then at 6:30, it was Buffalo's Rasmus Dahlin, his 18th of the season, assisted by Josh Norris, his 18th, and Alex Tuch, his 32nd. 2-1 Capitals. And then at 12:15, it was Buffalo's Beck Malenstein, his 7th of the season, assisted by Jordan Greenway, his 5th, and Rasmus Dahlin, his 51st. And it's 3-2 Capitals after 1. And then in the second, at 6:06, it was Washington's Alexei Protas, his 24th, unassisted, and it's 4-2 Washington after 2. And then in the third, at 6:26, it was Washington's Ryan Leonard, his 17th of the season, assisted by Hudson, his 5th, and Sordif, his 18th, and it's 5-2 Washington. And then at 8:55, it was Washington's Tom Wilson, his 29th of the season, shorthanded, assisted by Connor McMichael, his 30th. 6-2 Capitals, and that is your final score. So the Buffalo Sabres not only fall in this game, but they fall in the Atlantic Division to third. And now Tampa is 2 points ahead of Buffalo. So that game on Monday night is going to be very important just to get back up in the tie for the Atlantic Division. So we need to win that game. We need the 2 point. Tampa's already in the playoffs. Tampa clinched today. Buffalo clinched today. Penalties. No penalties in the first period. But in the second period, at 4:21, it was Buffalo's Zach Benson. 2 minutes for interference. At 5:08, it was Washington's Ryan Leonard. 2 minutes for tripping. At 10:58, it was Washington's Dylan Strome. 2 minutes for tripping. At 12:22, it was Washington's Connor McMichael. 2 minutes for tripping. And at 19:42, it was Buffalo's Matthias Samuelsson, 2 minutes for hooking. And in the third period, at 3:13, it was Washington's Trevor Van Riemsdyk, 2 minutes for holding. And at 8:32, it was Washington's Cole Hudson, 2 minutes for hooking. And at 17:15, it was Washington's Martin Ferrari, 10-minute misconduct. And at 17:15, it was Buffalo's Zach Benson, 10-minute misconduct. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Alex Lyon stopped 2 of 5 shots. He had a .400 average, or a .400 save percentage, and he played 5 minutes and 52 seconds. He stopped 2 of 5. And then Colton Ellis came in. He stopped 20 of 23, a .870 average, and he played 54 minutes and 8 seconds. Zach Benson, his plus minus was -2. He had 12 penalty minutes, 3 shots, and he played 15 minutes and 20 seconds. Bowen Byram, his plus minus was -3. He had 1 hit, and he played 20 minutes and 59 seconds. Rasmus Dahlin, he had 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. His plus minus was 1. He had 1 hit, 3 shots, and he played 22 minutes and 28 seconds. Josh Doan, his plus minus was -3. He had 1 hit, 1 shot, and he played 12 minutes and 57 seconds. Jordan Greenway had 1 assist, 1 point. He had 1 hit, 1 shot, and he played 13 minutes and 32 seconds. Tyson Kozak, his plus minus was 1. He had 3 hits, and he played 12 minutes and 15 seconds. Peyton Krebs, he had 3 hits, 2 shots, and he played 12 minutes and 5 seconds. And Beck Malenstein, he had 1 goal, 1 point. His plus minus was 1. He had 4 hits, 1 shot, and he played 12 minutes and 27 seconds. Ryan McLeod, his plus minus was -3, and he played 16 minutes and 53 seconds. Zach Metza, he played 15 minutes and 15 seconds. Josh Norris had 1 assist, 1 point. He had 1 hit, 4 shots, and he played 15 minutes and 48 seconds. Owen Power, his plus minus was -2. He had 2 shots, and he played 20 minutes and 22 seconds. Jack Quinn, his plus minus was -3. He had 6 shots, and he played 18 minutes and 27 seconds. Matthias Samuelsson, his plus minus was 2. He had 2 penalty minutes, 2 shots, and he played 19 minutes and 54 seconds. Logan Stanley, his plus minus was -2. He had 3 shots. He played 13 minutes and 18 seconds. Tage Thompson, his plus minus was -3. He had 1 hit, 5 shots, and he played 19 minutes and 20 seconds. Alex Tuck had 1 assist, 1 point. His plus minus was 1. He had 5 shots, and he played 16 minutes and 20 seconds. Jason Zucker, who got hurt in this game, his plus minus was -1. He had 1 hit, 1 shot, and he played 18 minutes and 20 seconds. Washington came out firing. They're a desperate team. This is what the Buffalo Sabres are going to have to endure now that they're already in. They are now the hunted. Desperate teams are going to come out, and they're going to want to pound the Sabres. They're going to want to pound teams that are already in. It's like the NFL, like Denver when they played Buffalo last year in the wild card round. They figured Kansas City, they were already in. They weren't going to try, they were going to rest people. This is how teams look at this. They think teams that are already in are just going to sit back, you know, try not to get hurt, and they're not going to put forth the effort, and they're going to be able to beat these teams that are already in because these teams are going to relax and, you know, not try to get hurt. And that's exactly what Buffalo did tonight. 6-2, the Washington Capitals defeat the Buffalo Sabres. And now, like I said, the Buffalo Sabres are in third in the Atlantic Division. They got to beat Tampa Bay on Monday and get back up into first, tie for first. But uh, with that Detroit loss today, the Buffalo Sabres clinched the playoff spot. I don't know why it's not showing, but they clinched and they are in, and they may not win another game because they can't handle the pressure of desperate teams. But they have to be ready for this because this is how the playoffs are going to be. Clinched. And, you know, teams are going to do this to them in the playoffs. They're going to come out shooting. They're going to come out physical. They're going to come out hitting them. And, you know, the Buffalo Sabres have to be ready for this. They can't sit and relax. They need to get home ice. But guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos and shorty shorts, then like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. Stay tuned for my Tampa Bay Lightning at Buffalo Sabres preview. That is the final meeting between the two. We need to get tied with them for first in the Atlantic. And then Wednesday night and Thursday night, we have a back-to-back at the New York Rangers, who helped us clinch our playoff spot today. So thank you, Rangers. And then Thursday, home against Columbus for the final time. And I don't want to see Columbus in the first round because we haven't been able to beat the Blue Jackets at all this season. So hopefully we win that game. And then we're at Chicago and home against Dallas, which Dallas may just, you know, rest everybody and, you know, play their third string goalie, and just they may just not even put an effort in that game. So these are very winnable games, but we have to beat Tampa. Just like we did the last time we played them, we have to beat Tampa. So guys, like I said, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos and shorty shorts, then like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. This is Sports Tom saying peace. Go Sabres. Stay tuned for my Tampa Bay Lightning at Buffalo Sabres preview. And as always, comment, like, subscribe. Go Sabres. The playoff bound Buffalo Sabres.